Now, when it comes to you and me, we're born into this world. We don't have a sense of shame. We don't have any feelings of guilt. The only fear we have is for loud noise or the fear of falling. Other than that, everything is just grand. We're living in the Garden of Eden. Every one of our needs is taken care of. We're held in loving arms. We're comforted. And the research at Harvard University says that we are genius in doing life until we're about the age of 4. And that same research tells us at the age of 4, the child takes on the voice of judgment. First of all, the child is judged and feels shameful or guilty because they did something wrong and they get scolded. Then they become afraid that mommy and daddy don't love them anymore, or that they're going to be criticized by somebody else in the future. They become fearful. And then they begin to judge. They're judged. Now they begin to judge themselves. I must be bad because mommy and daddy withdrew their love for me. I must be bad because so-and-so doesn't accept me. I must be bad because I just got a spanking. They begin to judge themselves. And that grows into judging others. Now, when it comes to judging, there's 2 kinds. One is good judgment, where we can go about our daily living and judge what is good for us and what isn't good for us, what is safe, what isn't safe. But what I'm talking about is harsh, critical judgments, where we look out around us and we judge that to be bad because I don't like it, and that person to be bad because they're doing this and that. Harsh, critical judgment. And at the age of 4, we take on that voice and we continue forward, judging things that went wrong in the past, judging bad things that might happen in the future, judging other people, judging situations and circumstances of life. Now, I want you to just stop for a second and think, how would your life be if that whole harsh, critical judgment voice went away? If you went about your daily life and you looked out at the world around you and you judged that which was good for you, you focused on it, you put your attention on it, and that began to grow. The good grows. We know what we focus on expands. We know that we become what we think about most of the time. So what I'm suggesting is that harsh, critical, judgmental voice is what creates all the heaviness in our world. The heaviness and the sorrow and the anger and the resentment. So just as we picked it up at one point in time, now on the spiritual path, we can recognize the fact that I don't have to do this anymore. It doesn't serve me, it doesn't serve my life at all to be critically complaining and condemning the work of the one Spirit. It's all the one Spirit. And yet we are a part of that, looking out and condemning it, or looking in and condemning ourselves. So I encourage you as you go through this week to just become aware of what your words are. Are you condemning something, criticizing something, especially the self? Because if you don't have peace and harmony within, you're certainly going to find ways to find disharmony in unpeaceful situations out there. As we move into meditation, just hold that thought. Just imagine, how would my life be if I lost that critical, harsh judgment voice? We'll now move into meditation.